How do I save more money on a monthly basis? Hey guys, welcome back to Rudder Renovations, where today we're going to learn 2 tips on how to make your hot water heater tank more energy efficient by adding an insulating blanket and a hot water heater timer. Here we go. First, we'll start by adding the hot water heater timer. You'll want to find a stud to mount the timer's box to, mark your holes, and then screw through the provided holes in order to secure the box to the wall. Okay, your box will come with these stickers. This is the 10,000 watt version of this hot water heater timer. You'll put the sticker on there according to whatever language you speak. That way you'll know what instructions to do for the wiring. Next, we'll go ahead and shut your power off. So with a traditional electric hot water heater, you have your electrical line coming in here. You would remove the line that's coming in, and then you can add or replace to have some, if you have some extra electrical wire, and then both of these are going to go into the box. To add the extra length of electrical wire coming from your hot water heater, simply unscrew the plate where the existing wire is installed, remove the 2 wire caps and ground screw, install the new length of wire that will be going to your timer, and then reinstall your plate. There's a punch out on the side of the box, and there's one on the back of the box. I punched the one out on the side, and then I added electrical connection to house and keep those wires tight once I have them installed. Go ahead and feed the 2 wires through the box. Once I had the wires through the box, I installed the electrical clamp in order to keep my wires secure as I position them for the timer, and you'll want about 5 to 6 inches of wire to work with. You can strip about a ½ inch off of each wire and add a loop to the end of each ground wire. Okay, the beauty of this is that all of the instructions are right here on this sticker for where to wire everything. Start by taking the wires and bending them down towards the bottom of the box, and then have them coming back up. And the reason being is because they're going to have to go up underneath the timer and then come back up to go into each one of these terminals. And we'll start by taking the grounds, and we already put them into loops, and so we'll go ahead and take it and put it on that ground screw right there and get that installed. Once you have your ground wires in a loop, you can bend them at a 90-degree angle, and it will make it much easier to attach them to the timer. Alright, so here's the hot coming from the house, and if you look on here, that's coming in to the, which would be the, I guess, the second terminal on here. So the second one right here, or I guess what would be the third, is going to the hot water heater. Fourth one in line is going to be going to, or coming from, your breaker. Your final one is going to be going to the hot water heater. So we have coming from your breaker, it's hot. This is going to the hot water heater. This is coming from your breaker, hot. This is going to your hot water heater. After your wires are installed, you can properly seat the timer in the housing by feeding the bottom end in first behind the tabs built into the side of the box, and then push the top portion of the timer until it latches behind the top clip. Then you can install the supplied shield that helps cover up the exposed wires. Now that the installation is complete, you can install your on and off trippers for times you don't need hot water, such as while you're sleeping. You'll pull the yellow dial out and adjust it to the correct time, and since the on tripper will be first for me, I'll flip the box to the off position. Alright, once you have your trippers set up where you want them, you want to make sure that this is positioned where it can actually stick through this hole, and because sometimes it'll get a little bent whenever you're working on everything, so just make sure it freely goes back and forth and it's not really touching the case at all. All right, Now you can turn your power back on. Alright, next we'll install the insulating blanket. I started by unfolding the insulation and turned it sideways because the blanket width applies to the height of the hot water heater and the length refers to the circumference. Inside of the folded insulation are pieces of tape that you'll cut and use to secure the blanket around the hot water heater. A lot of the people who work with us in the reviews, they said that the insulation's itchy, and so I have a respirator on so I don't breathe any of the fibers in, and also if you want to wear gloves you can. But you're going to cut out a little hole for the high pressure valve. Also, the directions say to wrap it, and then you're going to cut however much overlap there is, and then tape the seams. And you'll start by taping them together this way, and this way. So 3 strips, and then 1 long one down the center. I'm going to actually allow it to overlap. And you'll also want to be able to access the drain valve as well if you ever need to drain your hot water heater. So as directed, I installed 3 horizontal strips to hold the blanket around the tank, and then I installed a vertical strip to seal the exposed edge. There was a little extra tape, so I installed a few on the top portion of the tank, and I'll probably finish that later so that there's no exposed insulation. Okay, so the insulating blanket really wasn't as itchy as some of the reviews made it out to be. Maybe those people aren't used to working with insulation. But nevertheless, we have it installed. We have the hot water heater timer installed. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully it helps you save a few dollars. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you like it, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace and God bless.